I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Scott?
Yes.
Joyce?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Steve? Bill?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes. Everybody had a chance to read the written minutes and that. We need approval on make the video and the written minutes.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Linda?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Joyce?
No.
Bill?
Yes.
Rob?
Abstain.
Okay, discussion start on the approval of financial report.
There's no bank record.
I have no bank record for
Early meeting.
Sterling, so all we have is a payment listing for August. And August, we spent $27,713.81.
We need to just, okay, approval of the financial report.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Linda?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
Joyce?
Yeah.
Bill?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Okay. Alicia, you're up then.
Okay,
You're our special guest.
love it when I'm just so special. It makes my day.
Good.
So I'm here for two things. I'm here for the Halloween Carnival. We are full underswing of planning. It gets a little easier after the first and second year. Everything kind of becomes in the motion and it's just about contacting people. Journeys is going to bring out inflatables and they've graciously knocked $400 off the price. So we're getting $1,200 worth of inflatables for 8. So that did take out a majority of the budget that I did have, but like I said, we still have a lot of stuff left from last year in the games, and the games are all mostly the outer workings, the bones, if you will, are still intact. It's just a matter of revamping, repainting, which is relatively cheap, and we still have the paint. So I did put out a list of donations needed, basically little odd and end things that can't really carry from year to year, that got damaged. You know, I have a basement and we get a lot of rain, so some of the toilet paper for one of the games to get a little damaged. So I found that out tonight, so I gotta put that on my list. Just little things that are out there now that we need, and I'll update as I'm going through, but I've basically got the majority of what's needed out there. The Ritz Theater again has donated a set of tickets to their Texas Tenors Christmas show. So that is for the adult costume contest winners. Hopefully that gets some people participating. That show takes place in December, so you'll get the tickets, and I think years past it was like the following week was the show, but now they've got some time to plan and arrange. Also looking for donations for the costume contest winnings, movie theater gift cards, Journeys gift cards. I'm going to reach out to the local establishments and see if they'd be willing to donate gift certificates and such for the kids. Candy is another big ask. Last year we had a pretty good amount. I'd like to try and keep it around that same amount. I think I had quite a few people who donated candy. Lastly, I just wanted to verify that the space, I know we talked about this I think last time, we discussed keeping it here at the fire station. It just works better for those in the parade. I talked to the participants in the parade last year and they really liked the route. It was a short, quick route versus going out to the park like years past. They liked that, but you get from the fire station to the park and you kind of got sparse people watching, so they like keeping it in the town here. So I just wanted to verify the parade route, if it was okay to continue to using this space. Of course, I want to have it as outdoors as possible, but if the weather turns like it has in the last 2 years, it is nice having that indoor space.
Michael?
Regard.
We got another truck in the parking lot, or parking space, and all that stuff's behind back there.
You can't move that outside just for a
Yes.
couple hours?
Your guys' building. You gotta come move it back in for us?
Hey, I'm game.
I've already tried to get it moved, but we can't, there's no place to put it, so.
The other location I had thought of was the village lot behind the library, but I know that a lot of people use that as parking, so I didn't know how that would all work. And with the inflatables, they prefer
There's a lot
to
of
have
traffic
them.
there too.
They prefer, and that would have to involve road closures, because we would have to probably close it from whatever that little street is.
Michael.
Well, Michael, and then to the little,
Liberty.
Liberty. Close basically that section of it, which, as someone who lives on Union, I know that Liberty to Michael, that whole stretch is for anybody who wants to get to 590 and avoid the light. I see it a lot. So that was the other location I thought could possibly work, or the school, but I don't know how to get in contact with using school property. I don't know if I can just use the field out back, and look at a tent possibly, but that's some more cost that we hadn't anticipated. So those are the 3 options I had thought of, for the carnival if it can't be held here.
What is the situation for power?
We'll just need 3 generators again.
We only had 2 left.
I think two work.
We
Did it-
had 1 deflated.
Okay, then I can have them provide one. I think it's just an extra 25 an hour. If not, I think I have family that have them too,
Okay.
that I can reach
Well,
out
I
to,
got,
but we
I got
have,
generators and stuff. We can,
Yeah, the biggest problem is that fan draws hard when they first plug that thing in.
Yeah.
Because one of the generators for the fire department wouldn't even run. That's why
oh
the
wow,
one was deflated. That's why I thought I had 3, but.
they're pretty more powerful than we anticipated.
Yeah,
Okay,
I wouldn't stay.
okay.
And then out here, we'll have to do something out in the parking lot so we don't have people parking in front of the building.
I noticed that was an issue last year, so I did not anticipate the turnout that we had.
Right.
That
Oh,
was
well, that's
huge.
not a
That was
problem.
great, right, that was great,
I
but
just-
I did not anticipate to have that many people. But that was one of the main things, is the parade route, if we'll have, coverage for the parade, and do the same route as we have down Washington to Union to 12 and Mount Emma, depending upon where it's located at, of course.
What time is it again?
2 to 5, October 19th. Like I said, I've got the inflatables lined up
You
already.
say 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock,
5.
yep. The costume contest will be at the end of the parade. Just wanted to put that out there. I've noticed in years past that was people prefer it early versus
Yes.
staying till the end.
Yes.
So we made that adjustment this year. And then, like I said, it's just a matter of now of nailing down where. Because right now it's set up for the fire station, which I can always change. It's early enough. It's not a big deal. I understand the complications with that. Like I said, there was a lot more people last year than anticipated than the year prior. So
That's
of
a good
course.
thing, though.
Yes,
That means
that's
it's getting bigger and
great.
more people participating.
Yes, absolutely,
We
absolutely.
like that.
So if you guys know who I could get in contact with at the school, if I could see about using their field out back, that could be an idea. We could reverse the route then.
Superintendent, probably.
Or
The new
Jared.
superintendent.
They can't back these,
Or Jared.
no, I'm
Jared.
serious.
We'll talk about this, Alicia.
Okay, I just need a pen so I can write some things down. Do you have an extra?
Yeah, have that.
They can't back them out for,
Can't handle it.
that's belongs.
And then, so I'll pop back in next month and I'll kind of reach out to you guys, see where we are, what we're
with a
thinking.
result.
Yeah, figure out what's gonna be the best route. Then I'm also here for the park committee. We have reformed. We have 5 members total, 2 of which Charles and myself carried over from the last committee. So for this committee now, we met up front now that we had a complete understanding of what our role is, what we can do, what our 501c allows us to do, and how we can utilize the park and revitalize it. We made sure that information was available to our new members, and we're planning on meeting again soon to kind of start getting ready for next year, because obviously it's September.
Who are they?
Our new members, Charles and myself, we have Vincent Paul, Angie Hull, and Stephanie Channels. They're all from the area. That was one of the requirements. There were a lot of applications submitted and a lot of really great involvement, a lot of really great ideas. But when we finally narrowed it down, one of the requirements was to be in the Old Fort Bettsville School District in the area. We wanted to keep it as local as possible, and everybody that applied that was selected for the committee channels.
Okay.
Everybody that was selected is from the area, part of the community, and they're
Angie Hall, not April.
Oh, Angie.
Angie.
Oh, I
Angie.
Angie, the young one, their daughter, Tom and,
I think she married. Yeah,
she did.
yeah, she married.
And,
She has the twins.
yeah, that's
Her
their,
Facebook is
that's-
Angie Lay.
that's their daughter,
Okay,
that's their daughter.
gotcha.
It's Tom and, I can't
Tom
think
and Dina's
Yeah.
of.
daughter.
Dean is,
There we go.
That's-
You had me confused. You said April. I was like, no,
No,
he
he-
doesn't have a daughter that age.
no,
But she's okay. Gotcha. I got the connection now. She used to go to school with Brianna. That's how I knew her. So yeah, they're very interested, and we're ready to start planning for next season and getting something going. So we have this great fall activity that's obviously turning out very well and getting a lot of community involvement and feedback. And we obviously want to start focusing on more involvement through the year. So we're taking our first steps. We're kind of ahead from where we were 7-8 months ago with having the 501c, having the understanding of what we can do. Now we have what I feel is a group of people, and the group before was great, but now we have a group of people I think have a full understanding of what we can do and what we'll be able to accomplish with the committee. So I'm just making myself notes on something I didn't have the notes. The other option I had was, looping back, starting the parade here and going to the park. But my only thing which is about the same track as walking through town to there. But it's just very windy in that time of year. And right now, weather.com, weatherchannel.com said it's going to be 67 and sunny, but it's the last 2 years, and
right,
that did
Too
not
far
work out.
that's too far away.
Yes, so I will see you guys in a month when I've got
Okay.
more update.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks, guys.
thanks,
Thank
Alicia.
you.
While she's returning to her seat, I forgot to get on the agenda, so I'm breaking out every rule. Please don't eject me. The chili cook-off will be October 27th. And it will be at the Legion.
What time is that?
1 to 3. That way if there's trick or treat that weekend, because Gary keeps guaranteeing
27.
that's not when trick or treat is.
Oh, yeah?
He's been wrong every year since.
Oh,
You guys wanna discuss that quick?
And we need to discuss that too.
what?
Halloween.
Oh, I'm sorry, did I scratch something?
No, I actually had it
Trick or
added
treat.
at the end, but
Trick or treat,
What'd be what's the last Sunday of the month?
27.
the 27th. But if we have it from 5 to, or what do we have, 5:30 to 7?
What we
Or
normally do.
5 to 7:30? No, it's usually 5:30 to 7,
Yeah,
I thought it was 6 to 7:30.
no,
because it's still kind of light then.
Mhm.
no.
Well, it isn't any fun getting all dressed up in the light.
No, it isn't, but that's what everybody likes now.
Cheesy.
And you don't get run over.
Okay, well, I guess we'll take a vote on if you want the 27th at 5:30 to 7:30?
5:30 to 7.
7, yeah, no.
And that'll give everybody from Fremont, Tiffin, and Amston, and Astoria, and Lima to get to us in time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a lot of,
It's gone, it's gone.
I think it's, but you wanna take a,
Come by my house.
I'll make a motion that we schedule trick or treat for Sunday, October the 27th, from 5:30 to 7.
And I'll second.
Linda,
Yes,
Rob,
Yes.
Joyce,
Yeah.
Bill,
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Okay, it's October 27th,
It's gonna be a busy day.
30,
So you eat cook chili and then you go trick or treat.
Perfect.
And fart all the way.
That'll keep you warm in your costume.
This meeting's going right
Don't wear
now.
one of those masks.
Okay, let's keep going here. Okay, finance budget we did already. Police, Gavin, you're up.
Alright, for the month of August, there's 2 traffic citations, 1 traffic warning, 1 suspicious person, vehicle or trespassing complaint, 3 theft or B&Es. I believe all 3 of those were actually thefts. 1 vandalism or damaging complaint, 1 juvenile complaint, 2 disturbances or disorderly conducts, 1 parking or abandoned, parking complaint, abandoned vehicle or disabled vehicle. There's 1 of those. 2 assists and 3 in the other category. There were 17 calls. I handled 14 of those.
Cool.
Has anybody said anything about gas being stolen on all their cars too?
No.
No?
Only on Facebook.
Yeah, only on
I
Facebook.
forget to call it.
You
I
got
mean,
it.
that's one thing that we should mention too. Don't just put it on Facebook, make a report with
Yeah, yeah, that's,
with Gavin here in town, or if he's not on duty,
yeah,
do it with the sheriff's department.
yeah.
They should call the sheriff's
Yeah,
department
that's-
regardless.
Yeah,
Don't wait for me to come by and tell me
Right.
3 days later.
Yeah,
The day you notice it, call in. If I'm not here, somebody else will come up just as, if I'm here, I'll handle it.
Investigate what's going on.
They
well,
don't call,
there
I
was
don't
an
know about it.
instance, you know, that there was like 3 kids roaming around at 3 o'clock in the morning, but he didn't wanna call because he didn't wanna bother anybody. Well, you know, we should've done it, you know. Whatever.
Right.
So I'll make sure that he knows from
That's the
now.
best way to do it, just
Yeah.
call.
yeah. Okay, Mike.
Mike?
Only had 4 calls for the month of August. It's a pretty slow month for us. I also received the hydrant, the dry hydrant parts we talked about for up there.
Okay.
I bought those, I got them ordered, and they're here, so plan on getting that fixed sometime this month. I haven't had any leads yet on the cellular tower 64 yet either, so I guess it's not costing us a whole lot. It is, but it isn't. Just get it out of the station, we can go for a while and see if we can't get somebody to bite on it.
How much you asking?
Put a minimum 20 on for it,
Okay.
but, I mean, we got deals, I think we got offered 5 for it or something, so I'd like, it's at least worth 20 if you find the right person to buy it.
Yeah,
So I figure if we can wait a little bit longer,
Yeah,
we've only had it for about a month on there, so,
I wouldn't get panicked yet.
right,
Right.
just like to get rid of it, that's all. So,
Right, you need to buy it for,
What?
you need to buy it, put a new building
Shit.
up.
There you go.
You won't need no scab on there.
We need to change the height of the Christmas tree, it'll be tall enough to do it.
Okay.
okay.
Clean up, Joycey.
I don't have anything for you.
You don't?
I should have.
Okay. Water, sewer, street, Ken?
On zoning, I wrote 1 permit just before the meeting. The sidewalk up on Union, I called a couple places to get estimates. I have not received any yet, but I emphasized to both the places that I called, I want it done before trick or treat, so working on that. Couple of you are aware, I got approached to use the parking lot out here for a company that's doing some work for AEP, and they're gonna make a donation to the village for using the lot, so that's all taken care of. The crack sealing is done.
It's pretty good.
They did David, Washington, Union, and Emma, and the cost
Okay.
on that was, I think it was close to $6,200. It was right around there.
Yeah, I agree.
And The official payments, I did not have time to get back with them yet. So,
I wanted to ask you
Oh,
about
for
that.
Sullivan Street?
no,
Oh.
for payments for water
Oh.
and sewer bills.
The water testing. Mine was okay, it didn't have any lead and stuff in it, is that what you, I couldn't read it right. The paper that, remember when
It
we,
wasn't in English?
well, yeah, but,
No, it's fine.
okay.
It's fine.
I guess they just sample test.
I mean,
Yeah, we have to
my
do,
ass hasn't been dragging, okay, so that
Yeah.
must not have any lead.
Dave didn't explain it to you when you dropped it off?
Yeah,
Okay.
but, you know, I'm old, I don't retain
Well, I
stuff
do
real good.
too, but
Yeah.
he explained it,
no,
so
if
we're
it was,
good.
if it was over, trying to
Yeah.
remember what the
Two-
baseline is.
Two something.
If it's over so many parts per million,
Yeah.
then everyone in town has to be notified, and it's a big spiel, so
Mine was
no.
less than 2.
Yeah.
You
I was
absolutely
too.
were fine.
Yeah, mine was less than 2.
So I drink and know about it.
Well, the issue with having to do lead and coppers like that, in our eyes, is we have no control over what plumbing you have in your home.
Yeah, mine's all copper.
So, but we're supposed to, according to EPA, for our permit, the village has to test for that, but we're testing other people's lines, we're not testing our own.
Yes.
So that, to us, is kind of an issue, but that's how they do it, so. But it is what it is. We have to do it every year now because of the deal in Flint. It used to be every 3 years, now it's every year, so. So you'll get another one next year.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll study up on that.
That's all I have at this time.
Do you have any dates of when they're gonna do Sullivan
The
Street?
end of August.
Oh, yeah, okay. I see that worked real well.
Any day now.
That was what I was told, so that's what I got.
Okay. Okay, park, the only thing I have on that is just, well, what Alicia did, so,
It's been pretty quiet
Yeah.
lately too, they haven't been slamming us.
too bad.
Yeah, really.
Okay, zoning, huh?
I called the county again and I sent them an email and no response. And I think it's pretty telling that, you know, phone, okay, you can miss that one, you get an email and they don't even respond to it, so that's pretty well the brush off, so I think we're on our own as far as that goes. So continue on.
Okay, old business, we'll go to read the non-responders update. Do I have anything on
I don't have anything new for you yet.
that? Okay. Buckeye IT, Scott?
Well, what I'm gonna do there, I got the vacation coming, I wanna go sit down with Jake and try to get this thing all finalized, I can spend some time with him, so I can get it taken care of, so.
Talk to the website and all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there and spend some time and try to get it resolved.
Okay.
I think I'm probably gonna have to figure out how to scrap the old page and start over, cause I don't have the passwords and all that, so that's what the issue is, I don't have any of that
Okay.
stuff, so I don't know how I get them off the, I've gotta figure out how to get it off the system, and the problem is it's out there yet, right? So I don't know how you disable that.
Okay. House number signs?
Well, they're all done, ready to pound in the ground. Well, kinda, sorta. As soon as John cuts them in half, right?
Well, I didn't know I was supposed to do.
Oh, didn't you offer to do that?
No, your son did,
Sounds like
actually,
you bought it.
but I can take care of it.
So we have
Yeah.
what, we have 6-foot posts, and what should we do? Just take 2 feet off the bottom?
I'd cut them in half.
Come in half.
Cut 'em in
Half
half?
and half, yeah.
Make 3 feet then? Okay.
Then what are you gonna do, just hand them to everybody?
Well, I think, no, not just hand them to them, because they probably won't, they throw them in the trash.
But you can't put them up.
Well, we can talk to the people and say, can we do this?
You
You
know,
know.
you're putting that thing in the ground.
Yeah.
I got water lines running in front of my place. I don't know how deep these.
Well, I
posts go.
know, geez, you gotta be careful.
I hope your water line's deeper than 3 foot.
Yeah.
I don't know, is that all along the post or 3 foot?
They're only gonna be 3
They're only
feet,
3
and then
foot, and we put them in the ground.
put them in the ground a foot, is all we're gonna put them in the ground.
Okay, whatever.
You probably get the gas line though.
I'll plant the first one and see how it goes, okay?
Yeah, put
Right in
some
your
water
house.
on it.
At my place, geez, I'm
I'll
not
put one
scared.
in front of my house.
Yeah, really, okay, so we'll get her done, but
Extra numbers?
Yes, we have extra numbers, yeah.
Are you changing your address?
Like 1 and
No, I was thinking
5.
about putting mine on 2 sides.
Well, there isn't any way you can do it, the way they're put together.
They're not.
No,
No, the holes are in the center of
the holes are in the center.
The holes are in the
Well, I
center
can
of the
drill new
post.
holes.
Well, I don't, well, you just wait, okay. We'll get her done, okay?
Okay. Annexation or Alex?
Okay, I talked to Michael Eastep today, actually, and he's gonna have an estimate for what the additional stuff's gonna be. I wanna show, this is, alright, so, it's gonna be show and tell time. Alright, so, this is what it looks like, okay? This is all the property. This, my understanding from talking to him is this. This, the village line goes here and then cuts up. This was annexed back when you annexed the quarry. Does that sound right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that little part of basic is already part of everything. This is what my understanding is this has already been annexed. Or maybe not. Premier Services Corp.
I don't think I had.
I don't,
Is that not?
Well, it should be a 75-foot piece of property.
What's that? What's a
what?
little circle?
I don't know.
That's the quarry.
That's the, oh yeah, that's the quarry.
Well, have you got that thing upside down?
No.
No.
No, you're at the north end, Joyce.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not standing
Oh.
correctly. I'm
Well, you
just
should be,
holding the
it
thing
should
up.
be,
Well, I'm trying to read it.
oh!
There's things on it. So, long story short, the village limit
Okay,
is here,
yeah,
is in
okay,
green.
all right, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. okay.
Basic is in blue.
Yeah,
right,
This is what you originally wanted to annex.
Right.
It's
right,
in yellow.
yeah,
Alright, so we're doing the whole thing.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
one piece.
And that part's already been annexed. And his question was, because he was looking at the tax map and it looked like part of it had already been annexed. So I'm assuming that that's just here,
That's correct.
Yeah,
okay? And they don't own this and we don't care about this, right?
that's the part.
that's the back,
That's-
that's the back part where all the garbage is, correct?
No.
No?
That's what I'm
That's
asking is
Premier.
what is Premier Services?
Premier was the,
The lab?
The lab,
Lab.
Premier's a lab, yeah.
So that has nothing to do with basic.
No.
So this
But that's
part here,
already
we're not-
Premier's already within the village.
We're already in, they're already in the village, yeah.
Yeah.
Premier's,
as of when?
oh
Our
gosh.
village limit signs are past Premier.
Okay, because it's not,
And even
because
when,
this part would say it's not.
even when E-Step,
Coming.
come and surveyed it, our village limit signs are actually out like 15 foot further than they're supposed to be according to his. But that whole lab is in the,
Yeah, the
Okay.
lab is, the
The
lab
building in the
is.
back ain't.
So, okay,
Vesuvius. No.
not Premier
Yeah.
so this gap is not a gap here anymore.
not that I'm aware of.
That's all part of the Vesuvius group.
Yeah.
When they did the transition,
Okay,
that's all part of the Vesuvius. I mean, that our border is not the full length, but Vesuvius itself is part of the building and all that stuff is in it.
so there's gonna continue to, just sure I'm understanding this when I go, there's gonna continue to be a gap between this basic property and part of the village.
But,
And we're okay with that.
No, because
no.
Or this is just not correct.
what we're saying is that,
The
Vesuvius
municipal
was-
corporation line,
you know, the original corporation line was,
okay,
okay, but Vesuvius, the property owners, they own both sides of that line, what I'm saying.
okay.
So, that would be continued, because they already, part of the property's already in.
So if it's already one parcel, it's a continuance, so
Yeah.
Okay.
all that property's in the
Okay.
village
Yeah.
then,
All right,
right?
Right.
I just wanna make sure that
Yeah.
that's what our understanding is. So, long story short is this, he's gonna work up the new legal description,
Yeah,
give me an estimate of what, or cost what that's gonna be, I can't believe it's gonna be earth shattering.
right.
But I thought I should show visually what we're looking at, and what these things
Yeah.
will be,
Right.
so,
Yes.
Okay, did he say Mike's gonna do it?
yeah.
Okay.
He's got it all still
Yeah.
saved.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, he's got it.
so you can just draw it up quickly.
He doesn't even have to do, I don't even think he has to do an actual fresh drawing, he's not sure if he will or not. That's what he's gotta see is if what he has is still good, and if his stuff is still good, he really can just, he's gonna have to do the legal description,
Right.
but the drawing itself should be okay.
I thought it was the piece of ground between the creek and the driveway. No?
That's why I have the map.
No,
No.
No,
It was originally, what you guys wanted was originally this square. Because what you were gonna do is you were gonna hook,
Oh, I see.
right, because you had, that was like, this
Yeah.
was the gap, so you weren't
Right.
connected.
Yeah,
Right.
This allows it
Yeah.
to connect,
yeah,
Right.
okay, yeah,
however it is you,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
One
correct,
big
yeah.
piece, yeah,
that's
Correct.
correct.
yeah.
Because the issue was that originally, they didn't know if there was a super fund issue or something with the basic cleanup, and that was the thing they couldn't get clarification on. And we didn't want any liability of it, but actually,
Right.
we don't have liability anyhow.
Vesuvius is owned by Premier Services Corporation.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
and that chunk is already part of the village.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking it up right now.
Because he seemed to think so.
It's just the boundary line's not on the edge of their property, because of the way basic net, they split it up.
Because the other thing, if I'm looking at this, is there's a part of basic that's already part of the village.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But we're talking, but this other part of basic then is a separate parcel? Is that, or is a separate?
That's
Thing,
what we
'cause
need
why
to
couldn't-
connect,
that's
so-
what we needed
But
to
couldn't
connect.
you have this just be the continuous entity? Couldn't you have swooped in through this way as a connection, or no?
It wouldn't make any difference.
Just so it's
As
connected,
long as,
so
as
we're.
long
No,
as the
I-
village is physically connected to the park.
I understand that. Oh, then you just kind of, at that time, just picked this as the way to do it.
Yeah, because
wasn't-
that was the
Yeah,
because you
only
wanted to
place it
avoid-
wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And according to this, which these aren't completely accurate,
No.
but it's still basic owning this is a separate parcel,
Correct.
and this is a separate parcel.
Okay.
And we own up to this.
Julie
That
said
makes
this
sense,
is.
because then that's,
I'll put my life on her.
And here are the village buildings.
Julie.
Oh, okay.
But the tax map, tax
Tax
map
map?
office. is
I'm
not-
talking about documents, I'm not talking about people.
No, I know what you're talking
This is this.
Lower.
This must be this pet portion,
Although you can
Correct.
say that about some of
which
the
is a 75 foot that we've always.
You guys stand behind the truck, watch the other guy dig.
Okay, so this is, so this is what's in question, and this is the building down there.
so
Good
this,
job, you can get
this
it.
chunk, that is already part
We all
of the
just jealous.
Yeah, I know.
Between green and blue
I think I could
It's
handle
not
that
part of
one,
the village, or it is.
is not.
maybe.
I go over those, just
But
watch.
how does this help you?
I do too.
Because this is ours.
Oh, below it is.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
making
below it
sense.
is ours.
Okay.
We already own that, it's just that,
Maybe they're
that
2 weeks.
75 foot, because there's a right of way or something back to that right of way and all that stuff originally.
Back to the north end of the corner.
Okay.
And that's what the issue was, and because it wasn't continuous, it was trying to get that.
So now you can get her done.
Yep, yep, regardless, as long as
Oh, there you
it's
go.
not
There you go.
millions of dollars to do this, which doesn't sound like it's gonna be.
Okay, cool.
It just needs to get done.
Yeah. Okay, Spectrum Managed Security.
I wasn't here last month, so I have no idea what that's about.
That was really about the internet management and you know, software protections and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know.
What you're taking care of.
Which the other guy's gonna do.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
So
this
that-
is for here, for
this
my
was here,
computer.
for her
And
computer.
John's.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Have you been having any trouble with the Spectrum on your
haven't.
internet and stuff?
Have you?
I haven't either.
Mine 2 or 3 times this week.
I haven't.
And I'm not the only one that's
There-
having some
there
trouble.
is-
What the deal is?
There is, from my understanding, maybe I'm wrong, but there's a certain part of Bettsville, if you live in that area, which sounds like it's a line. If you live in that area, you have a problem with Spectrum. Everybody on the other side of town, nothing.
It could be a line issue then.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah, I never had any problem
But-
with it. I mean, I got internet and.
You're right behind me.
Yeah, I'm
I
fine.
don't, I mean, I don't
No,
I don't have any problems.
I get great service.
Yeah,
Now, I will say that if you have a problem and you call in there, they got some of those old time Warner holdovers. If it's not on there, you're gonna pay this and this and this and this and this. And never mind, and then a guy will be working on a pole and all of a sudden everything come up. And that's all it was. So, I've had that once.
okay. Anybody got anything else under old business? If not, we'll go to new business. Resolution 2019-05, that's the 2020 budget. Resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levy and certifying them to the county auditor. Whereas this council, in accordance with the provisions of law, has adopted a tax budget for the next succeeding fiscal year commencing January 1st, 2020. And whereas the Budget Commission of Seneca County, Ohio has certified its action thereon to this council together with an estimate of the county auditor of the rate of each tax necessary to be levied by this council and what part thereof is without and what part is within the 10 mil limitation, therefore be it. And resolved by the Council of the Village of Bestville, Seneca County, Ohio, that the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission in its certification be and the same are hereby accepted, and be it further resolved that there be and is hereby levied on the tax duplicate of said village the rate of each tax necessary to be levied within and without the 10 mil limitations as follows.
Is that 10 mil a law
Yeah.
for everybody, for
Yeah.
everybody?
Mhm.
And I have the other schedules, if you guys want copies to go with that, I just didn't copy every page, the final one with that, just what they normally send every year.
So we need,
I make a motion to accept the,
Suspend the rules. and sign
suspend the rules.
I'll second it.
Scott,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Rob,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Joyce.
Yep.
Motion to declare an emergency.
Motion to declare emergency.
I'll second it.
Scott,
Yes.
Rob,
Yes.
Joyce.
Yep.
Bill,
Yes.
Linda.
Yes.
Motion to adopt.
So moved.
I'll second
Linda,
Yes.
Bill,
it. Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Joyce.
No.
Rob.
Yes.
okay, and then we got an ordinance of 2019-06, which is like we get every year from ordinance to regulate the rates and charges to be charged and collected in the services to be rendered by Swicker Gas Company, its successors and assigns for natural gas and natural gas service furnished to the Village of Bestville, Ohio, and its inhabitants for the period of January 1st, 2020 through December 31st, 2020. And this will be the first reading. We'll do 3 readings.
Okay.
Sounds good.
You gotta go back up one, Gary, you skipped.
You skipped one.
Huh?
You skipped
Medical mutual.
medical mutual.
Oh, yes. Okay, everybody got a copy of this? The one in the blue is what John's had. He took his,
You want me to read what the, how she explained it in the
Yeah,
email?
go
Is that
ahead.
easier? Okay, she said, we're allowed to stay grandfathered to the end of 2020 now. And looking at the rates, he still has a great rate for his benefit. You could save $16.41 a month, which is the middle column. But his out-of-pocket expense goes up $810 a year. The option, the one clear to the right, we would save $21.60 a month, which is $259 a year, but his out-of-pocket would go up $500 a year. And then the one clear to the left is what
he
his
now,
premium would be now, staying with what he has already. That's just the renewal,
and he,
the first one.
and he took his son off of there,
Yeah,
because he got hired at
his son is
Oracle.
off now, so that's
So
why
it
that
was
comes across now.
$799.84, now it's $506.23.
Stay the same plan.
Yeah.
Stay with the same
I
plan.
would think so too. It's $506.23, and each one of these carry a $25 a month administrative fee.
Yeah, on top of that, they charge
On top of
$20
that.
a month.
Okay.
That's crazy, but.
Yeah.
So with If you agree, we need a motion to accept
I'll make
what
a
he has
motion.
already.
I make motion?
To stay with what he has?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And I'll second it.
Joyce?
Yeah.
Scott?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take care of the rest with her.
Okay, anything else to bring up under new business?
I would just make a note that since we always discuss the financial report at the beginning of the meeting, we take that off the agenda for A,
Yeah,
because it's just
Yeah.
redundant.
yeah, you're correct.
Okay, at this time, I would like to go into executive session to discuss village-owned real property.
I need a motion?
I make a motion to go into executive session.
Second?
I'll second.
Scott?
Yes.
Linda?
Yep.
Joyce?
Yeah.
Bill?
Yes.
Rob?
Alex, I may have screwed up. You might wanna come look at this.
As the executive session hammer goes down.